Okay, I'm going to show you how to divide decimals. First of all, when I see a number like 42 divided by negative 0.15 or 15 hundredths, I already know a positive divided by a negative is going to be a negative. My answer, when I figure it out, will be negative. So I'm going to just pretend that's not there so that I can do the math problem. So you would set this problem up as 42 divided by 15 hundredths, but it's kind of tricky to think about how many times 15 hundredths goes into 42, so we want to get rid of that decimal. So it's over 2 places, so I'm going to move it 2 places back so that this new number becomes 15. And if I move it back on one of them, I have to also move it back on the other. If you have a whole number that's not showing a decimal, the decimal is always right after the last number. So to move it, I have to move it over from there. But notice that now I have 42 with the decimal moved over, which means I have to put in 2 placeholders of zeros. And now the decimal is right here. But I don't need to write it on because it's the whole number of 4,200. So now I have a much easier number to divide because these are all whole numbers. So then I just think about how many times 15 goes into 42, and that will be twice, because 2 times 15 is 30. Notice that I put the 2 above whatever I went into. So I did 15 into 42, so I wrote the 2 right above it. Actually, I didn't do a very good job at that, so I'm going to line it up better. And then I subtract. 42 minus 30 is 12, and then I bring down the first 0 and figure out how many times 15 goes into 120. And you could do that off to the side. You can do sets of 15 or sets of 30. And so I already did that, and I know the answer is 8. 15 times 8 is 120. So I subtract, and I get 0. But I can't stop there because I had a whole nother 0 I was dealing with, so I have to bring it down. But 15 goes into 0 times. And then 0 times 15 is 0. Okay? And so now there's no more digits left, so I can stop. But remember that I know that my answer was negative to begin with. I just used this to figure it out. So my answer would be negative 280.